friends, the geopolitical and strategic scenario of the world seems to be now on crossroads. Reason is two very significant events took place in the last week. The first one was the US President Mr. Joe Biden. He thundered at the end of G7 summit held in Britain, where he also declared in his words that America has come back on business to lead the world with genuine enthusiasm. Second event took place in Geneva, where the President of America and the President of Russia met there after a long gap. And now it seems that the ice is melting in between the two. As regards G7 is concerned, I must make it emphatically clear that G7 is not at all directly or indirectly associated with UNO as agency or as an organ. It is merely a private group of most developed democracies of the world. The G7 was launched in 1975 as G5. That time G5 was the first one USA, then Britain, France, Germany and Japan. Later on, Italy and Canada also joined it, so it becomes G7. Again, 1994, Russia joined it, so it became G8. But in 2014, Russia was suspended on Crimean issue. Russia had invaded and annexed Crimea. Crimea was earlier an autonomous republic of Ukraine. And then, as regards G8 is concerned, that has become G7. Russia is not there. Now, all these G7 countries took part in the last summit held in Britain. Apart from them, 4 more countries took part as guest countries, and India was also one of them. Other 3 was South Korea, then Australia and South Africa. Now the question arises, what is special about the summit, G7 summit held in Britain? First very important achievement of G7 was the declaration of the proposal, which is known as Build Back and Better, precisely is known as B3W. The B3W is an international infrastructure stretching from one part of the world to the other part. It's a very costly project of around $40 trillion. It has to construct roads, railway tracks and ports everywhere in the world. It is seeking the support of low and the medium income group countries of the world. They assure them a better infrastructure will be provided to them in the future. As regards the G7 is concerned, it had not only declared the proposal of B3W, it also made it clear that B3W stands firmly to counter Chinese project of Belt and Road Initiative, what is precisely known as BR initiatives. This BR initiative was in fact launched in 2013 by China. Apart from these things, G7 also condemned very strongly the Russian violation, Chinese violation in Xinjiang, human rights violation in Xinjiang. And also they condemned Chinese approach, rather intervention in Hong Kong and Taiwan. This is all about, initial about G7 countries that summit held in Britain. Now, where does India stands on this summit, on this declaration? That I will tell you. Then again I will talk to you about Chinese view on it. Regarding Indian view, 3 points are here. First one is, India is likely to join B3W project initiated by G7 in the future. India has not so far joined Belt and Road Initiative project of China on the issue of POK and Aksai Chin, as the BRI project is supposed to run over there from the same area. Second is, that India has requested G7 to accept joint proposal of India and South Africa for intellectual property right waiver so that the mass production of vaccine could be ensured. And third and finally, Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi, while addressing G7 as a guest country, he declared One Earth, One Health policy to tackle coronavirus. Now about Chinese reaction. China says the entire functioning from beginning to the end for 3 days, the summit of G7 held in Britain was merely China specific and slandering on China. Second, China says the 7 countries, a small group of 7 countries is trying to rule over the world. China says those days have gone when a small country, a small group was supposed to rule over the world. The third is China has reminded them the humiliation meted out to China by Western country in the past. Next one, China called it, G7 statement called it as imperial hangover. The fourth is China made fun of G7 by drawing cartoons. And finally, China denounced G7's intervention into the domestic affairs of China, particularly Xinjiang and Hong Kong as well as Taiwan. Now at the end, this is about analysis. The first one is the critics say that Belt and Road Initiative of China is merely a modern version of old Silk Road trade route aiming at territorial expansion of China. Number 2, while China is criticizing G7 as a small group which is trying to rule over the world, but the fact remains that even the small group is not behind China now. China is alone. Even Russia may support China or may not support China is not very clear now, particularly after the president of Russia who met the president of America a few days before in Geneva. And the third is that Joe Biden, the president of America, has set Pacific and Atlantic in a pincer. And the fifth one is that it seems as if USA has tightened its grip over G7, NATO and Quad to counter the spectacular rise of China in terms of economic strength and military muscles. And finally, as regards India is concerned, it appears now, in view of Chinese attitude against India, under compulsion, India may turn her face towards Europe and America if at all Cold War is reality now or in future.